Hi there, very good morning to all our viewers who've tuned in live to this broadcast here on Money Control. You're watching Newspresso with me, Stacy Pereira, and as the drill goes, in the next few minutes, we're going to be giving you a lowdown of all the top stories from across the globe, how markets have really been faring for the month of September. Seems like that slump is really what is hurting global markets. We're also getting all the insights from into India, from the corporate world to politics and diplomacy, all that's transpiring, and of course the latest trends that are doing the round on social media and otherwise. We've got you covered, so stay with us for the next few minutes because we are going to be getting you all that we can. Let's go first to our global dispatch. Now, it seems like some respite to investors on Wall Street overnight as the major averages lapped up some of those gains and tried to erase some of those steep cuts that it saw in September. Now, this though is still the worst month for indices there, and in fact, worst month of the year. The Dow Jones is poised to lose about 3% lower for the month of September. S&P 500 slated to finish the month down by 4.6%, whereas the tech-heavy Nasdaq, that one has shaved off close to 6% in this month alone. Now, overnight trade, though, saw communication services sector jumping by about 1.2%, leading those gains on S&P 500. That boost was also seen mainly from stocks like Meta, which gained about 2%, Cisco Systems, as well as Intel, all of them seeing some kind of gains. Indices also got a boost from the easing treasury yields, which had climbed to multi-year highs, remember, in the previous sessions. The stock market has now been taking cues from the bond market, in fact, of late, and they've been seeing that surge in rates and a rising worry and also recession fears, which are sending these equities to new low. Wall Street is also keeping an eye out now on Washington as lawmakers negotiate on that U.S. spending bill, which will continue, which ends before October 1st deadline. Let's look at Europe then, where the stock market there too snapped or broke its 5-session losing streak on Thursday despite continued caution around global economies. The Pan-European Stock 600 index closed by about 0.6% lower, higher, I beg your pardon, ending that 6-month low of the previous session. Now, the basic resources sector was the one that climbed the most, 2.3% higher, finding also some support from the rise in Chinese industrial profits for the month of August. While we did see banking stocks also gain as much as 1%. In other stock-specific action, we saw shares of Austrian-based chip maker ams Osram, which tumbled about 29% after it went on to announce its plan to reduce its debt pile. On the macro front, we saw Germany's inflation numbers that came in, which has dropped to the lowest level since the Ukrainian war broke out. CPI has risen to about 4.3%, which is down from 6.4% in the month of August. The new figure makes a call for the interest rate pause by ECB in October even more stronger. And in the final day of trade, we could say for the week and month here, looks like Asian Pacific indices in this region want to end on a high. At least we could say that in early trade on Friday morning. We can see most of these indices trading in positive territory except for Japan's Nikkei 225. That one is seeing slight cuts, we could say, after Tokyo's consumer price index rose to about 2.8% in September from a year ago, but softening from the 2.9% gains of August. Now, the core inflation rate, which strips out prices for fresh food, that came in at 2.5%. Let's look at the other indices. In Australia, the S&P ASX 200 has advanced by 0.3%, rebounding from that 3-day losing streak that it saw. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index too has popped by about 1.61%, leading gains in Asia, whereas the GIFT Nifty, that one is implying a higher start for the Indian markets. A quick look at commodities too, where crude oil prices have retreated after touching their highest level in over a year. Global benchmark Brent was last down by about 1.4%, coming in next to that $95.18 per barrel mark. Remember, crude inventories in Cushing's in Oklahoma, those ones fell to about 2.2 million barrel in the 4th week of September, hovering close to the operational minimum required according to EIA. Now, this, which is what has actually triggered that rally in the previous session, where we saw crude gaining close to 3% just overnight. Most brokerages, though, as well as banks, have forecasted crude prices to be in the $90 to $100 per barrel level in the coming months as well. Now, there's more trouble brewing for former President Donald Trump as the New York civil fraud trial is back on track and will begin on Monday. This after the state appeals court has lifted the temporary stay of the case. Now, Trump as well as Trump Organization and his two adult sons, that is Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump, are accused by the New York Attorney General Letitia James of misstating the value of multiple real estate assets. Now, the Manhattan Supreme Court Justice Arthur Engoron, he went on to say he found the defendants liable for fraudulently inflating those properties and other assets. The trial will address 6 other claims made by James in her lawsuit, which seeks around $250 million. Now, quick recap of what you need to be looking out for in trade and what all transpired yesterday. Yes, we are at the end of the month, so a lot has happened on Dalal Street. Well, we did see both the indices failing to hold on to those opening gains yesterday at the end of ending at the day's low. We could say bears seem to have taken control on Dalal Street. Nifty and Sensex both saw cuts of close to 1% at the ending at a month low. We could say closing there on a month low, also being F&O expiry. Now, 43 out of the 50 Nifty 50 stocks were the ones that closed in the red. The mid-cap indices also saw deep cuts, we could say close to 1.5% lower, while the Bank Nifty, that one just fared marginally better compared to the blue chips. Now, for the series as a whole, the Nifty has regained those losses of the last series to end about 1.5% in the green. But it is interesting to know that foreign portfolio investors, FPIs as we know them, have pulled out nearly $2 billion from the Indian markets this month. Now, NSE is also going to undertake that semi-annual index rejig, and we are likely to see certain stocks receive that net passive inflows due to these changes, and that will take effect today. So we'll have to see all of that action. But let's tell you which stocks that you need to be keeping out on your radar today. There will be Dr. Reddy's Laboratory, as it incorporates a wholly owned subsidiary in Jamaica into its business. So that will see some action. Infosys has been served with a 26.5 lakh IGST demand order. Now, this is a penalty of interest of over 11 lakhs due to non-receipt of foreign inward remittances. Also, a lot of IT stocks will be in focus after we saw those estimates coming in from Accenture, which has given a weak guidance for FY24. Adani Green and Adani Energy Solutions will also be in focus after Abu Dhabi-based IHC will be disposing of its investments in the company, whereas Cholamandalam Investment will be launching its 4,000 crore QIP. Now, tech major Cognizant is the one that has gone ahead and appointed Wipro veteran Jatin Dalal as its next chief financial officer. Now, Dalal's appointment is expected to be effective from December 2023. He will be replacing outgoing CFO Jon Sigmund, who will be retiring in the company in early 2024. Sigmund will then stay on as the non-executive officer and a special advisor during this transition. In the statement by Cognizant, the Chief Executive Officer Ravi Kumar has gone on to say that he's confident that Dalal will help the company achieve its goal as the company focuses on driving revenue growth. Dalal, remember, had stepped down as CFO of Wipro just about last week after serving in the company for 21 long years and being its CFO for 8 odd years. And to more news from Deal Street, where music label giant Saregama India is going on to acquire about 51.8% stake in digital entertainment company Pocket Ases Picture. Now, it will be buying this 51.8% stake for a good whopping 174 crore rupees, with a clear path to further acquire another 41% stake in the next 15 months. This at a pre-agreed multiples. Now, the transaction is also an all-cash deal is what we're given to understand. Pocket Aces is a youth-focused digital content creator as well as publisher and boasts of direct relationship with 95 million plus subscribers across Instagram and YouTube. The content ranges from web series to sketches as well as music videos and reels. Notably, its long-form studio, that is Dice Media, has been creating a various series for OTT platforms such as Netflix, Disney Hotstar, Amazon Prime. One of their favorites, crowd favorite, being that from Dice Media, something called The Little Things. Now to all that's transpiring in the front of diplomacy, where we're seeing External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar on Thursday met with a US Secretary of State Antony Blinken, this in Washington. Now the meeting comes amidst that serious diplomatic tensions that we're seeing between India and Canada, which is US's close neighbor and a very good ally. But ahead of the meeting, we did hear from Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who expressed confidence that Blinken would be raising the matter with Jaishankar. Even though this meeting was planned much before the Canadian crisis came to the fore, the US has been urging India to cooperate in the investigations into the killings of Sikh separatist Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Now, the US State Department went on to say that India and Canada's diplomatic standoff over the Khalistani sympathizer did not come up during the meeting between the two diplomats. Both the nations have already expelled senior diplomats from the other sides in a tit-for-tat escalation that we saw transpire. New Delhi has also gone a step further and stopped issuing visas to Canadian citizens. And in some somber news this morning, well, India has lost one of its most eminent scientists, the father of Green Revolution, M.S. Swaminathan, who passed away yesterday in Chennai. He lived for about 98 years and is survived by 3 of his daughters. Remember, M.S. Swaminathan has earned global recognition for playing a crucial role in helping India achieve food security. His untiring efforts to boost India's paddy earned him the moniker of Father of Economic Ecology from the United Nations. He has been conferred all the 3 Padma Awards and for his contribution in Indian agriculture. His list of honorary doctorate degrees, in fact, from universities around the world stand at about 84. And to all the trends that are doing the round, and AI just doesn't seem to be going anywhere away, we could say. That's because after ChatGPT and Bard, now Meta has joined this race with Meta AI, a new AI chat box that will be made available on applications like WhatsApp, Messenger, and even Instagram very soon. It will be acting as a general purpose assistant, answering questions in real time, and this will be helped through the partnership it has with Microsoft's Bing. Better still, the assistant will be used in personal as well as group chats across the application. Meta has also introduced an initial set of 28 character-based AI chatbots, and it will be partnering with cultural icons the likes of supermodel Kendall Jenner, YouTube star Mr. Beast, as well as rapper Snoop Dogg, to name a few. Now soon you will be able to chat with these celebrities enacting these AI characters. This though will be restricted to just text chats only. And among the wearable devices that Meta has unveiled, there was the Quest 3. This is the company's first mixed reality headset, and it blends with the physical and virtual worlds together. And with this, there was also the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses, which they've put out, and this will come with inbuilt Meta AI assistant and will allow users to live stream from their glasses onto Facebook and Instagram instantly. So many people may have reservations of how this will work, because it does bring up those privacy issues. If you have somebody sitting across and just going live with or shooting you without your permission, not everybody might be comfortable with something like that. Well, let's move on then and tell you something very interesting that happened on the internet yesterday. Well, we did see a renowned industrialist, that is Ratan Tata, who's also known to be an affectionate aficionado for dogs, has once again captured the heart of social media users. He frequently, in fact, shares posts seeking love for home of abandoned dogs and showcasing his deep passion for these loyal companions. Now, recently, he shared a picture of an abandoned dog in Mumbai, accompanied by a heartfelt plea to help locate the dog's owner. Taking to Instagram, he wrote that his team has found this young abandoned lost dog near Sion Hospital in Mumbai. However, he assured that the dog was now under Tata's care personally and that he would hope to trace the owners sooner. Within a mere 3 hours of posting, we saw the appeal resonate with audiences across and amassing an impressive 5 lakh likes and an outpouring of comments that many also hailing him, calling him a true legend. While the owners of the dog are yet to be found, there's no update on that, but a really nice gesture coming in from the octogenarian. And from one news to another, well, we did have another octogenarian, another somber news coming in, where Michael Gambon, the famous actor for playing headmaster Dumbledore in the 6 of the 8 Harry Potter movies, has passed away at the age of 82. As per his family, he died following a bout of pneumonia, and his character, remember, spans over 6 decades. He worked in TV, theatre, radio, and also starred in dozens of films, which also includes The King's Speech. In 1999, in fact, he was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II for his services to drama. Tributes have been pouring in ever since the news came out for the Irish actor about his death that has shocked and saddened fans across the world. And as we close off September, here's what you can be watching out for today. Well, in markets, we are going to see the National Bank of Agriculture and Rural Development, or NABARD as we know it, will be issuing its inaugural social bonds, and this to the total size of 1,040 crore rupees. This, remember, is the first rupee-denominated AAA rated social bond, and this will be listing on BSE today. So you could be bidding for this. Also, for all the auto enthusiasts that are watching this show, now Aston Martin is all set to roll out its latest offering called the DB12 in India today. This is estimated to be priced around 4.8 crore rupees for this car, and it will be imported from the UK, and so it's also going to attract about 100% or more import duty if you want it. So 4.8 crore and another 100% duty. Well, we might not see that Aston Martin on our roads anytime soon. But we also have news that is making headlines nationally, and that's after following that Bengaluru Bandh that we saw by pro-Kannada organizations as well as farmer unions that came together day before yesterday. Today there is a Karnataka Bandh for the same Kaveri water issue. Section 144 in fact has been imposed in Mandya district, and schools and colleges will remain closed across the state. So a lot that is happening and a lot for you to be looking forward to, but with that, it's a wrap, and we hope that we've got you covered on all corners, preparing you for this trading day ahead, and of course the impending long weekend to look forward to. There is much to do, but for now that's all we have. We're going to leave it at that, and wishing all our viewers a great weekend. We'll see you on the other side next week. Thanks so much for tuning in.